Alright. I'm still here doing stuff. Typology related and otherwise, and gaming related, and performance, vocal arts related, and athleticism related. Still doing ESFP stuff, but that's in reverse order. Hi, how's everybody doing? This is his ESFPness, also known as Garrett House, also known as G House, also known as Garrett House, also known as, yeah. Talking to you about some, I don't know, ESFP, not necessarily development tips, but just, development tips are like advice, I suppose. What it looks like to be kind of what I think it looks like to be a bit of a more, not necessarily well-rounded ESFP, because that's the whole thing with typology, is that it's exploiting and acknowledging our poor roundedness. How are you doing? Well, I am well. I am bad. I am poor. I don't know. Not everybody's the same. That's what typology. That's like the principle of people that typology turns on or works on or helps out with. So if you're an ESFP, what's the first thing you need to focus on? Getting in shape, getting your body under control, getting your body, not necessarily like, oh, I look good in the mirror. It's like, no, I can do things with my body that are difficult. I can run a 5K. I can dunk a basketball. I can do a backflip. I can do a back handspring. Any of that stuff, those last two are particularly relevant because they actually touch on the artistic stuff as well, which is like the second aspect of the ESFP. But the first thing you should be pushing yourself with as the ESFP is with your body, with your athletics. Not so, maybe with the physical world. I think it might move into that. Most ESFPs, in terms of like what disciplines, what techniques that have they mastered at a high level, it turns into some sort of endurance, martial arts, sports, team, or accuracy, golf, like some athletic activity, put it that way. Push yourself as hard as you can in that area because the sky's essentially the limit as far as I can tell. After that, though, and also maybe while doing that, what aspect of athleticism do you kind of focus on? That would be the more artistic athletics, more like gymnastics, skateboarding, snowboarding, motocross, BMX, stuff like that. Anything where you're doing tricks and getting points because it looks cool. That's your extroverted sensation being helped out by your secondary introverted feeling, which we can move to now. Introverted feeling, what's that? It's artistic expression. Now, INFPs and ISFPs are going to have essentially limitless capacity for artistic expression. If you're an ESFP or like an ENFP, essentially if you're FI second, introverted feeling second, it's going to be pretty broad, but it's going to be nowhere near as broad as your competence as like your first function. That's what I'm finding out. I am an all-around athlete. I can run, I can fight, I can climb, I can throw, I can shoot, I can wrestle, all that stuff. Competent at all of it. Still need to work on my my golf game. That's the one I need to work on. But I can shoot a basketball. How hard can it be? I can make 3-pointers contested back to back in a district finals game my senior year. We won. I had 20 points. But FI, introverted feeling. What's the artistic expression for my ESFP personality type? It's like vocal, stand-up, improv, anything where I'm using my voice and maybe my body as well. So maybe performing arts is a good way to put it. Regardless, yeah, that's kind of how it works for me. It's not necessarily like that for all ESFPs. I think I know an ESFP is actually a jumper who his artistic expression comes out in writing. I know another ESFP. I didn't even know who am I talking about right now? Photography. Neither are these people, unlike visual arts. Neither of these people are actually exploiting the same artistic form that I am, which is using my voice. But second guy I mentioned is a standard ESFP like I am, soccer player turned photographer. This first person mentioned is like an ESFP, not like I am. He goes extrovert sensation, extrovert thinking, introverted feeling, but his introverted feeling is on the written side. Moving on. So yeah, after you kind of, have a very well developed, it's kind of not even priority stuff because you want all of these things. You are not like a complete, you're going to be fucked unless you have all four at least off the ground. And arguably like in proportionate levels. Like you're going to, as long as you're relying, hesitant to say that because I'll touch on that when I get to the last one. So in terms of like, make sure you're pushing yourself athletically, find like your niche artistically, And it's just from the second one down, it's just finding smaller and smaller niches because you're not going to have as broad of a capability set or ability to perform in, let's say, extroverted thinking as you are in introverted feeling if you're in standard development ESFP. So it's less broad, your range of skill or your range of competence. For me, I think it's just literally just RPGs. Like, yeah, because I'm not going to pay attention to it unless it has like some SE, FI, and TE component, given that I need to be in a TE space. Role-playing games give me the opportunity to actually work on some sort of like, oh, who's this person's personality? Who's this character? Like, how do I want to make decisions in like a fun, entertaining, artistic, poignant way? But not just that. Where's the fighting? I can't just be like playing Sudoku because like nobody's dying, or so it appears. I can do Sudoku too, but I like RPGs better because it gets those first two checked off in the limited context of the TE. And this video is, of course, as I'm figuring out now, helping me understand these things a bit better. So, even a smaller niche in TE, or extroverted thinking, and that's the whole thing with any type. You get like, I think you're getting like more focused ranges of aptitude as you go down the function stack. Lastly, for an ESFP, jumper or otherwise, you've got introverted intuition, which I'm exercising right now, sort of. Like for me, the like what is a scheduled extroverted sensation event I can attend? Like an organized basketball game. What is a organized introverted feeling event I can attend? An organized improv set. What's an organized extroverted thinking event I can attend? Dungeons and Dragons tabletop session. What's a introverted intuition event, scheduled organized event I can attend? I don't know. But I know it's like, in the realm of typology psychology. So what is that, a typing session? What is, I gotta understand, like, what's the event? Like a celebrity typing on C.S. Joseph's channel? I don't know. But like you go, and like, hey, we're all gonna do this thing together in this organized, structured fashion. And it's introverted intuition in my area of competence in it, which is typology, thus far. Maybe psychology. What? I type you type me? What's like the outcome? What's the goal? What's the structure? I don't know yet. But regardless, the only way I was able to get off the ground as a person is getting my fourth function, not like on the fucking level. No, Dave Superpowers. No, not on the same level as your fucking first function. That will never happen, and that will never work. Because I've already spent a lifetime, 28 years, becoming a high-level athlete in a variety of fields, that I will not have the time. It's impossible to try and get my fucking introverted intuition, which I've only been working on for the last 8 years, on the same level of, independently, mind you, with no formal training, to the same level of my extrovert sensation. It will never happen. If it does, cool. I don't think it can or will. But yeah, that's kind of what you should be aiming for as an ESFP. Not like, hey, I have no type. I'm just like Gamma Quadra, like all four at the same level. You're gonna, no. Idea that Dave Powers and them say that like you need to like sacrifice and like get worse at your first function. Fuck off. No, that's a terrible fucking idea. Because it's competitive out here in these streets, and if you don't rely on your first function, you're gonna get bodied by life and everyone else. I think that's about it. In summation, if you're an ESFP, what you're going to want to do is make the most and broadest applicable work. Get the most out of your extroverted sensation. Go hard, because it's kind of your ticket. It's not necessarily like you're going to be a professional athlete, but hey, you can be like me, be a fitness coach. Make as much money as you did doing the other bullshit that you were doing, whatever, if you're not already doing that stuff. Next, take a load off. Don't hold yourself to as high a standard with your introverted feeling. Get that shit off the ground, get that shit going. After that, move on down to, not even after that, just like, in terms of like how you prioritize your life, how much time you're spending on stuff. Hold yourself to the highest standard with extrovert sensation. Second highest standard with introverted feeling. Third highest standard with extrovert thinking. And fourth highest standard with introvert intuition. Thanks, have a good day.